Hey everybody, welcome to more Political Excess. Today let's get into another hypothetical 2024 presidential matchup. This is never going to happen, but let's get into Pete Buttigieg versus Mitt Romney. This is just for fun, so let's get right into it. And safe states are over a 10-point margin, likely 5 to 10, lean under 5 points, and tilt under 1 point. So let's start in Alaska. I have that as a likely for Mitt Romney. I think Mitt Romney is fairly despised amongst the Republicans. He would not turn out a lot of them. He would get a little bit more in some of the suburbs, but the core Trump base would be repulsed by this guy, and that would give Buttigieg an edge, no pun intended, in a lot of these states. So Alaska, I think that would be high single digits. Hawaii, safe for Buttigieg. Washington, Oregon, California, safe for Buttigieg. Nevada, that's a tough one. I have that at a tilt for Buttigieg. I think Buttigieg also does not have a lot of working class appeal. I think he does appeal more to that corporate elite class, the wealthy side. So I don't think he would resonate a lot in Nevada. Now, Romney also does resonate with that same class in a little bit different way, but Nevada at tilt. Idaho and Utah, safe for Romney. Arizona, lean for Buttigieg. I don't think he's a great fit for Arizona, but I don't think people would want to turn out for Romney. Montana, Wyoming, safe for Romney. Colorado will go likely for Buttigieg. It could be safe. I just don't think Buttigieg has the right kind of appeal in a lot of these states. He is much better in more establishment type of areas, and that's where Romney would have been better at 10 years ago. So I do think in a bunch of these states, neither candidate would have overwhelming appeal, but got to give it to somebody. Colorado, likely. New Mexico, I'm going to go likely also. That's borderline lean, though. I don't see Buttigieg really resonating in New Mexico a lot. Romney as well. Buttigieg would win it. It's kind of a blue state, so you got to give it to the Democrats. North, South Dakota, safe for Romney. Nebraska, at large, borderline safe for Romney. That second district, that is a lean for Buttigieg, close to likely. I think Romney would actually have a little bit more appeal there than Trump and some of the other Republicans, but not enough to offset that blue trending area. In the first district, I have that as a likely for Romney. That is borderline safe, but I just don't think enough of the Trump people would turn out for Romney, and Buttigieg would get it under 10. Kansas, safe for Romney, but low double digits. Oklahoma, safe for Romney. Texas, got that down to lean for Romney. I still think he would hold it. I don't think Buttigieg is a great fit in many of the areas in Texas. I think Romney would have just enough kind of appeal in some of these blue trending areas to keep it together and hold it by 2, 3, maybe 4 points. Back up to Minnesota, that is a likely for Buttigieg, probably 6, 7 points there. Iowa, likely for Romney. State has trended toward the Republicans, but again, a lot of the Trump base would not turn out in Iowa. I think Buttigieg could get it under 10 there. Missouri, Arkansas, Louisiana, safe for Romney. Wisconsin, I have that as a tilt for Buttigieg. Romney would do reasonable in the suburbs. Again, the Trump base does not like Romney at all. They wouldn't turn out. They may turn out a little to oppose Buttigieg. Tough call. I think the Democrats would win it, and I'm guessing it'd be about a 1, maybe a 2-point margin. Illinois, safe for Buttigieg. Michigan, lean for Buttigieg. If Romney couldn't win these states in 2012, he's not going to do it at this point. Even though there's certain cultural and social issues Republicans would be favored to win on in some of these states, Romney is not the right kind of guy to fire up anybody. And that's why Buttigieg would win Michigan. Down in Indiana, we'll put that as a likely for Romney. Buttigieg could maybe get it down to 9 points, as that would be his home state. Kentucky, Tennessee, Mississippi, Alabama, safe for Romney. Florida, I have that as a tilt for Romney. That would be a very close one. Buttigieg does not do well in the South. And again, Romney has limited appeal in most of these places, so it would be a battle. I could see Romney pulling that out by under 1 point. Georgia, lean for Buttigieg. It's another state where the rural areas would not turn out like they did for Trump, so Romney would lose by at least a couple of points, probably even 4 or 5 points. South Carolina, safe for Romney. It could be low double digits. North Carolina, tilt for Buttigieg. It's another state, similar to a lot of these other ones. Romney does not have any kind of power to turn anybody out anymore. Pete Buttigieg would capitalize on that at least a little bit to be able to flip North Carolina. Let's go to Ohio. I have that as a lean for Romney. Probably be about 5 points. The state has trended red enough that even a bad candidate like Romney would be able to hold it. I think Buttigieg would try to do the Tim Ryan kind of appeal in Ohio and some of these other Rust Belt states. And Romney would not resonate at all with any of these blue-collar working class areas. And I don't think Pete Buttigieg really would either, but I know people are just so sick of Mitt Romney. West Virginia, safe for Romney. It's just too culturally and socially red that it would stay with the Republicans pretty much with anybody. Let's go up to Maine. Maine at large, safe for Buttigieg. First district, safe. The second district, likely for Buttigieg. New Hampshire, that would be a lean for Buttigieg. It's a state, again, where Romney would have done better 10 plus years ago. But at this point, he's not going to win New Hampshire. But it would not be a complete wipeout. Vermont, New York, Massachusetts, Connecticut, Rhode Island, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, D.C., safe for Buttigieg. I don't think any explanation is really needed there. Romney's limited appeal in some of these wealthier northeastern states has long passed by. Pennsylvania, that's a lean for Buttigieg. Similar to Michigan, voters are not really going to want to turn out at the margins they need to for Romney. He might do a little bit better in some of the suburbs, but not enough to offset the deficits in the Trump counties. And finally, Virginia, that is a likely for Pete Buttigieg. Pete is basically an insider at this point. He does come off as establishment. He would do really well in the D.C. suburbs, Northern Virginia, and Romney would do weak in the places he needs to do well. That would be a high single-digit win for Pete Buttigieg. So that would result in 218 electoral votes for Mitt Romney, 320 for Pete Buttigieg. No surprise, Pete would win. Romney is super weak. There is no chance this matchup would happen. But this is what I came up with. Let me know in the comments down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree with this? And if you enjoy this channel, please like, share, and subscribe. Thanks for watching. I'll see you on the next video.